Hey everybody, Mr. Robinson here, and I'm going to take you through two apps today, Book Creator and Pic Collage. And there are so many things you can do in these. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make a little book all about Chelsea, okay? And to do this, we need to first open up Book Creator. So here's your first challenge. I'm going to have you open up Book Creator, okay? And you'll notice on this first page, you can see all of your old projects, okay? Now, if I want to delete a book, I tap on the little button down the bottom, and you can see you can actually delete books, copy them, some other things there. The play button allows you to play a book, and then if I tap on the name, then I can change the book title, and I can put my name as the author. Okay, I can start a new book by tapping the yellow button on the top that says New Book. Now, what I'm going to do is I am going to create a new book, and we're going to make this in landscape. Please do not use the comic shape just because that's not going to work for what we're doing today. Okay, now when you create your new book, you're going to need to remember the plus button and the I button up at the top. Plus button is how you're going to add photos, you're going to add text and things like that. And then the I button is how you can change colors. So your first challenge is I want you to make a colorful book. And it's going to say, oh, and I don't want the pen, sorry. I want text. It's going to say Chelsea, Michigan. Okay. It needs to be bigger than that. So I'm going to tap on the I button. And now I can slide this to make it a little bit bigger. There we go. I can also change the color. And I can also center it. There we go. And now I'm going to put it right there. And then I'm going to add one more that is my name. So you have about 3 minutes. See if you can make your cover and your title, Chelsea, Michigan. Okay, for our next challenge, we're going to tap on the arrow on the right-hand side to add a new page. And on this page, we are going to add a picture of the clock tower, okay, the Chelsea clock tower. So where am I going to find a picture of the Chelsea clock tower? Well, I'm going to open up Pic Collage. Okay, now I have them both open, so I can just jump right to Pic Collage. You need to open it when you do this, that's fine. And I am going to search using the web image search down the bottom corner. Now you can see I typed in Chelsea, Michigan, and there are tons of pictures in here. Now you're going to actually need to either type in Chelsea, Michigan, or Chelsea MI will work too. But you can't just type in Chelsea because there's a lot of different kinds of Chelseas. And then I'm going to get a picture of the clock tower. There it is right there. Now here's the trick to Pic Collage. You don't want to hit done and save this picture. Okay, there's an easier way to do it. I'm going to take a screenshot. And I know a lot of you already know this trick, but you tap on the sleep button and the home button at the same time. There it goes. Then I'm going to tap on that little screenshot, and I'm going to drag the corners in just like this until they're just around the part of the picture I want. There we go. And now I'm going to hit done up in the corner on the left and save it to my photos. There we go. Now I can tap the home button twice and go back to Book Creator, and I'm going to add that photo. There we go, right from my photos, and then I'm going to label it Chelsea Clock Tower. Now, if you want to use speech to text where you can talk and it records or and it types for you, that is absolutely fine. Okay. All right, we're going to make this a little smaller. There we go. Perfect. Okay, that's your next challenge. See how far you can get. I'm going to give you 4 minutes for this one. Okay, your next challenge is going to be to add another page about Jiffy Mix. So I'm going to add another page. Then I'm going to jump back over to Pick Collage. Now, to edit or get rid of pictures, you just hold down on them. And then you could just hit remove right there, that little trash can, or you can drag it up to there. If you start dragging it, you'll see a little trash can at the top that you can drag it to and let go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to type Jiffy Mix. So here I go, Jiffy Mix. Oh, look at that. There's tons and tons of Jiffy Mix boxes. All right. I think, you know what? I could do the Jiffy Mix box, or if I wanted to, I could do the Jiffy Mix factory. Either way would be okay. You choose what you want to search for. Now, we're going to do a trick here where we're going to put ourselves in this picture. Okay? So, we're doing a couple things in this challenge. So, I'm going to grab one of these pictures. What I do, I tap on the photo twice, and then I go to the cutout button. This is so useful. There, right? I could also add my face onto somebody else's body if I was doing something where I wanted to pretend that I was a pirate or a police officer or something else. I love doing that. I can tap on it twice again, go back to cutout, and I can always change things. So like this one, people, it'll actually find it for you. Let me show you that again. So if I go to cutout and I choose the people option, it'll actually find you and get rid of all the background. So I'm going to try that one. Almost looks like I am there. There we go. Then I'm going to do the screenshot. And I am going to put that right into my project. There we go. Save the photos. And remember, I just jump back, hit the plus button, and I'm going to add that picture. And there it is. Okay, that's your next challenge. That's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to give you 4 minutes to see how far you can get with that. All right, good luck. Okay, for the last challenge, I want you to get creative. So I just want to show you just a few things. So when you get creative here, remember this book is all about Chelsea. So keep that in mind. But you could add anything you wanted to this book about Chelsea. It could be something about where you live or your favorite restaurant in Chelsea. And you can use any of the creative tools that are in Book Creator. Okay, just remember, if you add something into Book Creator, if you want to make changes to it, remember you have to either drag these little blue dots or you have to tap on the eye. That is where you can delete things or move them or do other things like that. Okay? The other thing to keep in mind is that PickEDU is a great spot not only to search for pictures, but let's get rid of this one. And there we go. But it's also a great spot for editing your work too. So if I wanted to grab a picture of something and add some cool text boxes, you can do that in here. If I wanted to doodle over the top of something, you can do that in PickEDU. Okay, so there's just so much that you can do when you start getting creative. All right, now when you are all done, we have one more small challenge, and that is to share your project into Seesaw. Okay, so we're going to do that last, but why don't we take about 10 minutes and teachers just save about 5 minutes at the end to share this to Seesaw. But until then, let the kids go ahead and get creative with Pick Collage and Book Creator. All right, can't wait to see these, everybody. Okay, so now we're ready to share our book. So the first thing is, if you're inside of your book, you're going to want to tap on My Books up in the left corner. okay? So you can see that book in the library. Then you're going to want to tap on the Share-O, that little arrow down there that'll send things to other apps. But before we do that, make sure you tap on the name of your book and put a title and put yourself as the author, okay? All right. So there are a couple ways to send these books that work. You can only use the two in the middle, export as PDF or export as video. Those are the two that are going to work for us. Now, I don't have any videos in my book, and I don't have any talking in my book, like where I recorded my voice, so I can just do a PDF. But if you have videos or anything that moves or any sound in your book, you would need to send it as a video, okay? So it depends, but those are the two you would choose. So once I choose that, I like to usually choose single pages because it'll make my book bigger. But either one works. Now you can see here, there's a choice right there to send it directly to Seesaw, okay? And if Seesaw isn't showing up, go all the way over to the More button, and then you can add Seesaw right from there so you can see it, okay? All right, if something goes wrong, it probably just means that you're not signed into Seesaw, okay? So if something goes wrong, just make sure you sign into Seesaw, then try it again, okay? I can't wait to see these. Go ahead and try sharing them to Seesaw.